Alright, so our next module is about file handling in Python, right? So let's put our heading first. So this is file handling in Python. So we've learned about error handling. So similarly, how do we handle different types of files? And let us actually use AI for this, right? So because we don't have, so we just see a notebook here, right? But if I have to handle files, first I need to have a file created, isn't it? So let us try to create a simple text file, right? So text file, when I say text file, it's like a notepad file or a word file or a word document. So it ends with .txt. Okay, so our goal is to create a .txt file. Okay, so that you can actually ask. So as you see, it's asking generate with AI. So let's click on generate and type in so create a txt file here in Colab. I'm typing right in front of you. Let's hit enter and here we go, right? So it has given us a sample code and let us run this code. Okay, so it has actually run this code and it is saying myfile.txt. So you can actually check whether this file is created or not right here. So there is this option. So this is File Explorer or Files. Click on this and you actually see that myfile.txt is created. Okay, so this is amazing, isn't it? You just double click on this file. It will open up right here. You can actually edit all of this file as well. You can remove everything and save this file. You can see we have actually created a file txt file right here in Colab using this using a simple AI command, right? Now that the file is created, okay, so you can actually do a lot of things with this file. Okay, and let's go back to this file. Let's fill it up with a dummy text. Okay, hello, this is a text file in Colab. This I'll just put a random text. This is second line, right? So something like this. Okay, I save it, then I close it. Now for example, so any file, a general syntax for opening a file, for accessing a file in Python goes something like this. Open, so it starts with open and then you put your file. For example, it is myfile.txt. So you put your file myfile.txt. Okay, so you put your file name and then here what you do is you put a mode, right? So this is called a mode and I'm just putting a general name. So this is file name. Okay, so if I have to zoom it for you, so open, file name, mode, right? So file name is what your file name. So in this case file name is nothing but your myfile.txt, right? So this could be a txt file, it could be a JSON file, anything, right? So it could be of any format, it will accept. And the mode is actually read, write, append, all of that, right? For each of these are denoted using letters. For example, for read you denote it with R, right? So for write you denote it with W, right? So with append you denote it with A, right? So for different modes there are these different letters for Python to understand. Okay, now let us try to access this file using Python. So let's learn how to do it. Now, okay, so we've created a file. We learned about simple syntax. We learned what goes inside this file. Now let us look at how do we actually write the code for this. So anything that has to do with if you want to open a file, if you want to write a file, it starts with a with command. With open. So you can see the the GPT is already giving me the prompt. Okay, with open my file, I'll put this myfile.txt. So if I have to accept it, it is saying me to use a tab key, right? So it already accepts. So my file R, so R is for read. So you give it a shortcut name for this file as F. Now this file you can actually read it. So why are we printing it? To print the content inside this myfile.txt. Let's run this command, and you see, hello, this is a text collab file. Whatever we saw in the text file, you can actually see it right here. Isn't it amazing? Right? You can do a bunch of things, like for example, now let us try to append something. Let's try to add something with open. So let's press the tab key to autofill it. Okay, it has autofilled everything, but instead of read, let's try to append this time. Right? So I want to add something. So how do I do that? So to append it, so you just have to write, so F, which is our file. Again, you automatically see it is giving us all the prompts. So this is second line, right? So, or let's say this is the third line, right? You hit enter. Okay, we've hit enter. Now once again, let's copy this file, let's paste it, then let's run it. Okay, now you see it has actually added a new line because we've put this like this \n, right? So it is actually, yeah, so this this will create a new line, and then this is the third line. So this way you can actually read file, append some content. You can also write a file from scratch, right? So this is how simple you can actually access files. So we just saw txt file. Now let us create a CSV file, right? So create a CSV file with 2 columns, 2 rows, right? So some simple random file, right? So it has, okay, so import CSV, it is doing something. You don't think about anything, just run this command. You see it is actually using the open command that we learned, with that we've learned, w that we've learned, writing all the CSV writers. So let us see if it has created that file. Okay, you just refresh it, right? So I didn't see the file, so I refreshed it, I was able to see the file. Now let's open this file, if it was created. So yes, it has created a simple file, isn't it? So column 1, column 2, data 1, data 2. So now to handle CSV files, you can use pandas, import pandas as PD. So don't worry. So David, what is this import and all? So we will learn about this when we come to the Python libraries or Python modules. So there you will understand it better. So I'm just explaining you how to access files. Okay, to access files, you can just say pd.read CSV and put your my CSV here. So which is my CSV.csv. Just run this command. You will be able to see your CSV file with all the formatting, right? So we've learned how to access text files, we've learned how to access CSV files, and we've also learned how to use a simple AI to generate the files, generate simple prompts as well. Okay, so that's all for this module. See you in the next one.